Kristen, Matthew, Jeremy, how you doing today?
Doing good.
Good, good, thanks.
Terrell here, Big Gold Belt Media. Been wanting to talk to you about this movie because, boy, do I have more questions than we have time.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's dive
Oh
in.
boy,
Hmm.
let me start on the writing side of this question. So you already know where this is going. This is going to Matthew here. Uh, but how long did it take you to write this?
This is inspirations for since I was in grade 10, but actual writing, I think we sat down, Jeremy and I, in a year we
Yeah.
wrote this, but it was from ideas that we've had for the last 10 years. So actually pen to paper a year, but we've been thinking about this for so long.
I was like, 'cause it feels like it has a lot of like video game elements to me. It feels like some Dante's Inferno a little bit.
Yep.
I'm getting a little bit of different stuff out of this.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you also in the director's chair for this too. Did you feel kind of awkward, kind of acting and directing in the same movie with the family here?
Oh, I love it. I love everything about movies. So like every position is so much fun. We built the sets, Jeremy and I. Like he did the fight choreography, directing, writing, sometimes shooting, acting. Like we run with such a small crew that everyone is wearing so many hats that is just like it's just a whirlwind. So there's no time to feel awkward. It's just so much fun. So.
Kristen, Matthew, question for you. You guys doing an incredible job, like leading this movie. I I felt like at times like the action was a little too intense. The scenes where we have the live die repeat. Where you guys are trying to figure out like the cheat code to get through this. How much fun? How much fun was it to go through like the action scenes of this movie?
Oh, doing the action scenes like it's like what's what you always dream of doing, right? You always want to be that little kid swinging a sword for in a big fantasy world. I remember the one time we did a bunch of rope pole stunts, and because we're getting attacked by the witches in different from different places,
Yeah.
and I remember the one time we are just like, okay, like we got to move the mat back a little further, and I was
Just for
getting
clarity, we didn't have budget for a stunt double, so Jeremy did all of his own stunts. So that's where we're getting to right
they
now.
had to pull me back, but it just went funny, and I ended up like kissing my own butt. My feet just got folded over me, and my ribs were like it just spazzed on my back, and it was like the beginning of the day, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm like I can barely stand. I'm like this is gonna be a long day.
That was the beginning of the witches beating them up. So
So yeah, doing some of the fight scenes were definitely harder than others. I don't know, how was it for you, Kristen?
Yeah, I think, I was super excited to do the fights. And we practiced choreography. But when we practiced, we did it without armor. And so once we had the armor on, which, mine was maybe about 50 pounds and Jeremy's was about 100 pounds,
Oh
putting
wow.
that on and then trying to fight was a lot different. And we learned very quickly, like some moves just didn't work because of our, limited range of motion with the armor. And so it was just, it's not always as easy as it looks, but was so fun. Yeah.
Kristen, you get to play Avalon in this movie, who I'm fully expecting to be a heel the entire movie, right? Because she's just all for herself. She Bodhi's character, she just portrays him at every given chance that she's given.
Yeah.
And we're introduced. Did you feel like it took a while for you to get into the role of Avalon, like for you to click into what the character was supposed to be, or you got to it right away?
Yeah, a little bit actually. I mean, I think in general, in my day-to-day life, I'm, quite the opposite of Avalon in terms of like, I'm not portraying people left, right, and center. So that, you know, um, initially something to kind of get over. But at the same time, I think I understood where she was coming from and her like desire and her determination for her to reach like the goal she was trying to reach. And she didn't want anybody to stop her. And so in a way, I also understood why she was doing what she thought she had to do. So
Yeah, like I said, it's a lot going on in a
yeah.
Night's War. I had to go back and watch. I was like, okay, maybe I messed up because it was some stuff where you guys like transitioned some scenes, and I'm like, wait, how did we get here? Like, oh, I had to go back and kind of clarify a little bit. But no, it was as far as like location. It's a scene in the movie where you guys are on ice, where is that? Is that green screen or is that like legit? Like you're
No,
outside
that
of
was
this?
real.
That was a big thing going into this movie that we did not like. The only thing that are green screened are the miniatures, which obviously we couldn't build castles that big. But everything else is like we built, it's real, or we went to. That is Abraham Lake, which is in northern Alberta. It's a frozen tundra. It's super cold. It's the hardest thing we've ever filmed. We actually lost. We had actors who quit because it was so cold being on that ice.
Oh yeah, it was the most beautiful frozen hell you could ever think of.
Matthew, I don't know how I know I don't know we can't go into spoilers or anything like that, but was the intent for this movie to be like a series of movies, or was it always like this is like a one and done?
No, there's a whole world that we built on this, so we're really hoping that this resounds with people because this was just the smallest entry point into the world that we were trying to create. We already have the next two movies written, so hopefully this does well because we want to keep going. And it really, how to say, I do feel like this movie concludes itself in the sense that it's a full movie, but it really does open up the options for a world. And I think there's never enough medieval fantasy in the world, so hopefully we can keep going.
I was about to say, I was like, hold up, because I'm looking at the clock, like look, this can't be. I need a little bit more time. I need more. I need more. So I'm glad you confirmed that because I definitely need to see more of Avalon and Bodhi in these movies and where the story, the prophecy of the chosen one, and because for whatever reason, every chosen one has to have red hair, and for majority of all the story, that is majority of like these movies. But for Matthew and Kristen, would you say this is your favorite director that you worked with so far?
I don't know. I don't have a choice. I assume, yeah, sorry, I assume you mean me. Matt's the director.
Oh, Jeremy Kristen, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a choice. He has to be my favorite.
Better be.
It's a tight ship on set.
No, I would say the biggest thing with working with your brother. I think Matt gets the best out of me. Some like with the amount of directors I've worked with, I've always had great experiences, but I just know Matt won't. Matt doesn't want me to have a bad performance, so he's just like, no, we're gonna stick with this till we get what we want. And so there's a trust in that process where I'm like, I know he wants the best out of me always. So I really appreciate that aspect.
I mean, for the both of you, like you're both selling this movie 100%. I think as I was watching it, I don't think there was a moment where I was taken out of the movie, or I was taken away from your characters. Like I was fully invested to see where this goes. And like I said, I was a little upset because I wanted more by the time this was all over with. And I'm like, hold on, let me check IMDb real quick to see if it's a sequel. I need more. Like you said, you're planning on how the reception of everything goes. I mean, how far are you into those next ones, or have you even touched that yet?
No, we have to see how this one goes,
Okay.
and then obviously like we have the stuff written, but until you need money.
Yeah.
You need money, and this was such a huge undertaking. But again, I really think we did a good job. Hopefully we can hook people enough to keep going.
Create the demand.
We need more fantasy projects.
Yeah.
I feel like there's little to none. I mean, if it's not on the streaming service, but we definitely need more fantasy projects, especially stuff like this. Because I easily would have thought this movie was like $200 million movie just based off of how you shot it,
Love
how
it.
everything looked, the costume
Love
design,
it.
stuff like that. It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So, on that note, I appreciate you guys for taking the time to do this interview with me today. I've been looking forward to
Thank
this
you.
all week. I'm glad I got to watch the movie. It was good. I enjoyed the acting, and I hope we can get more.
Thank you.
Appreciate it so much.
Appreciate it so much.